I went to Boston College and I just made my all-time favorite thing to get in the dining hall, which is like a veggie loaded cheesesteak. I feel like I'm 21 again. Let me show you how I made it. I'm starting at the stove with a cast iron skillet around medium heat, and I'm gonna add some olive oil. And then I sliced up 1 green bell pepper, 1 red bell pepper, and 1 white onion. I'm just gonna add right in here. I'm giving them some salt. And then I'm gonna let these cook down for like 15 or so minutes till they're nice and soft and caramelized and delicious. And while the peppers and onions cook down, I'm gonna make a little chipotle mayo to go on the sandwich. I have 3 of these chipotles I'm gonna chop up. I think cheesesteak day back in my day, I graduated in 2017, was Tuesdays. It might've been Tuesdays and Thursdays, I can't remember. I'd go to Eagles for lunch every other day and get a salad. And then whenever it was cheesesteak day, I would go to Mac, like, through my senior year. It was my favorite thing. I even worked for BC Dining at one point, and I asked the chefs in Mac to show me how they made the cheesesteaks. And I didn't really do anything with that information, but here we are. And this recipe for like the actual BC cheesesteaks from Mac is actually in the New York Times Cooking. They made it like a little fancier, but I'm piecing this all together with that recipe, my memories, and then what I remember from the time that I asked the chefs in Mac to show me how to make the cheesesteak. Okay, I have my 3 chopped chipotles in there. Now I'm gonna add some mayo, maybe like a half a cup-ish. And there is our chipotle mayo. So easy. For the meat, I have this really thinly sliced ribeye, and I'm gonna thinly slice it into smaller pieces. I feel like my experience working for BC Dining and seeing kind of how everything worked is totally part of the reason why I ended up going to culinary school and pursuing food as my career and my life's passion. And I also took a food writing class at BC that really impacted my future and my life and how I think about food and my career. And I'm so thankful for that, truly. These are looking great, so I'm gonna remove them from the pan and add some mushrooms. They're just sliced white mushrooms. I also put in some butter. Why not? We're reliving our youth, you know, it's okay. The mushrooms have browned really nicely, so I'm adding them to the peppers right in this bowl. I'm seasoning that steak with a really nice pinch of kosher salt. I'm just gonna toss it all together. Add right in here. It's got a little crust on it nice and quickly, so I'm adding the veggies back in. And I like when the cheese from a cheesesteak is kind of incorporated into like all the meat and the vegetables and not just like layered on top. So I'm adding in 2 slices of American cheese, which is what I think they use in the dining hall. And I'm also adding in a slice of provolone to give it a little sharp kick. And we'll just melt that right into this mixture. Look at it all cheesy and delicious. Let's make a sandwich. Okay, I have a nice soft hoagie roll. I'm gonna slather it with some of my chipotle mayo. Remember the Mac cheesesteak being like soft but really hearty at the same time, so I'm not toasting the bun, but if you like that, you totally could and it would be delicious. And I'm gonna add my steak and cheese and veggies. Oh, this looks so good. I love pretending that I'm 20 and eating a full-blown cheesesteak for lunch in the middle of the day. Gorge. Oh, I loved BC so much. I'm so excited to eat this for lunch today. I remember waiting in that cheesesteak line. So good. This is one of the best sandwiches I've honestly ever made. I'm a BC girl forever, and I love my Mac cheesesteak. Okay, enjoy. Go Eags. Bye.